Today's video, 20 straight hours of exploration. I heard you like killing NPCs, and the hottest grandma, Dumbledore. What up, filthy cake boyos? Last video we finished by no-hitting the Godskin Apostle, so let's start with his reward. Look, it's his armor. I'm wearing a literal face on my back, and for some reason the only joke I can think of is a Rule 34 interaction between my back and a giant. Anyway, this video is going to have a little bit of a different format. After killing Godskin Apostle, I basically did anything except for progressing the main story. Instead, I explored for roughly 20 hours, killing bosses, found NPCs, and of course getting booba hugs. You know, the standard Elden Ring experience. So what we're gonna do is a lightning round recap of everything before actually doing Rhea Lucaria. Ready? I died to delayed fall damage. I spent 3 hours trying to kill an invisible scarab. I lifesteal fisted a demi-human's dick. Juicy. I killed a nice grandma and maybe had some feelings about it. I massacred a field of zombies. I found yet another trapped chest upon a tower. I was teleported back to Leyndell. I acquired a blessed dew talisman. I couldn't proceed. I went back and found a beaked turtle with a beaked turtle bell dick. I thought about how unpleasant beaked turtle bell dick coitus must be. Thought about how beaked turtle mating season must be a terrible time in the lands between. I decided against googling beaked turtle mating season. And I googled it anyway. I killed a wooden asylum demon. I found a singing harpy. Thought about what a singing harpy mating season would be like. I took some me time while not googling singing harpy mating season. I found Castle Morn. I killed one half of the Red Boy Crucible Knight troop from 2 videos ago. Easy. I was rewarded with the throne from Game of Thrones in sword form. I thought about sleeping with my brother and killing my son. Didn't do it. Found Edgar. Gave him a letter from his daughter. Solved a puzzle to get into a magic tower. Woo! Killed the second half of the Red Boy Crucible Knight troop. I believe that they probably should have stuck together. I beat the shit out of Patches. I spared Patches' life. I regretted my decision as I fell for Patches' trap. I was brought back to last video's nightmare. Blue Groot! Not again! I went back to Patches, being like, Patches, what the fuck? Patches is like, yo, sorry man, buy my shit. Fair enough. Killed yet another Robin Hood executioner. I took his hammer. Thought about Lola Bunny. Did not Google Lola Bunny. Definitely did not Google Lola Bunny. Found a Black Knife Assassin and got a Crimson Dagger. Googled K Witty just to make sure. Found Potboy. Spanked Potboy. Enjoyed a jolly laugh with Potboy about spanking Potboy. I found Squillakilla if you were a boatman with a long pipe. Tapioca pudding. Massacred some helpless turtles and stole their green turtle charm. Felt really bad about myself. Googled turtle mating season. Talked to Kenneth Haidt, did not listen to a word Kenneth Haidt said. Met Sella, examined her underwear. Snapped my fingers in the middle of some runes at midnight. Talked to my new best friend, Blade. Vigorously wondered if the carpet matches the drapes. Killed a big lava lizard. Found this sword that put shit to sleep. Tested it out on a giant crow. Was satisfied with the results. Not so tough now, huh, bitch? Went back to Rogier, who gave me his rapier. Met Hyetta. Fed her grapes. Did not tell her what grapes actually were. After all, why would I? Solved the puzzle of Celia, Town of Sorcery, after spending a very long time killing a teleporting scarab. Meteorite staff. Went back to the round table hold for my booba hug. Got it. And a quest, which means, hell yeah, boyos, I'm in. Went to the village of the Albinorics. Realized that they bleed jizz. Found Nephilim once again. Questioned her presence here with the jizz bleeders. Realized it was obvious. I met Albus, who absolutely cannot stop coughing. Found Varus from the beginning of the game. Felt weird about being called Lambkin. Decided next time I saw my mother, I would call her Lambkin. Did his quest, got ganked a bunch. Met a lobster who, surprise, surprise, was actually just a tutorial boss. Of course. How could I have not seen this coming? I killed Smarug, whose dragon's superpower is puking magic, and found the new worst enemy in the game, the Crystal Scarlet Rot Spear Boyo. Killed a magic ghost ogre, decked out in new threads, who for some reason reminds me of Ephialtes from 300. You know, in the scene how he betrayed the Spartans, and then the Persians just gave him like a new hat. I killed another wooden asylum demon and solved another tower puzzle. Woo! Found Tiny Smo, who apparently shrunk when he switched to pyromancy. A Dawn Thief of Fire. Psh, more like a Dawn Thief of buttery lobster dinner. Got him. Found Hyetta again. Fed her more grapes. This time decided to tell her that yes indeed, these grapes are actually eyes. Felt very good about myself. And went underground to fight an army of brave fencer Musashi ants. If you haven't played that game, you're missing out on life. And Princess Filet of the All-You-Can-Eat Palace. Oh my god. Just kidding. Lola Bunny will always be supreme. Okay, so that about wraps up the exploration. Just kidding. There's more. You idiot. I killed the leader of the Juicer Ants, the Doragon soldier of Noxtella, once again. Of course. Find the Carrion Study Hall, which is a combination of the Grand Archives. Here, look, it's a shitty smaller version of the Crystal Sage. And Bloodborne. Here, look, an exact replica of the Research Hall rafters. I have to be honest, seeing throwbacks to the older Souls games, well, I thought it was really cool. Kill yet another Woody Asylum demon, a Kingdom Hearts anti-form cosplayer, another Crystallian, and finally the Red Wolf of Radagon, a mini-boss in Raya Lucaria. The Red Wolf of Radagon, by the way, must have been one of the last things Miyazaki worked on before the deadline, because he's unfinished. Unlike Adon, the fire thief's buttery lobster dinner. Got him. Okay, now let's move on to the NPCs. So this starts with killing a specific Black Knife assassin from Rogier's map and getting the Black Knife print. After that, I go back to the Round Table Hold and get invaded. It's Ensha! Remember the mute in front of Gideon's door? No idea why Ensha attacks, but when I go back and talk to Gideon about it, he's like, oh yeah, sorry bro. You want some lore? And I'm like, thanks Gideon, but your Vati is in another castle. I give back the knife print to Rogier. He requests some alone time with it. And who am I to get between a man and his tattooed skin? He sends me to find Ronnie, who I can tell by the name is a super hottie. In the meantime, I decide I need another booba hug. Amidst the booba hug, Fia slips me a weathered dagger and asks me to find its rightful owner. I think about it for a bit and decide it must be D. I was actually pretty happy with myself and how fast I figured it out. D thanks me, but don't thank me yet, D. I reload the area and come back to find both D and Fia gone. Where could they be? I explore the emptier rooms in the Round Table Hold to find this. Booba Hug murdered D, and seemingly no one seems to care. That's okay, my allegiance will always be with Booba Hug, so I'm really not bothered. In fact, at this point of the game, I think I decide to keep on Baldekin's blessing, because I miss her. I find the Blackguard NPC, who's actually just Serplu on crack. I leave because I am in fact not trying to start something. I find a Red Phantom Dung Eater, who's apparently just hanging out. And lastly, yes, you heard that right, lastly, I find Stone Cold Steve Austin again. I give him a glintstone key, and then find him again in Raya Lucaria, dead. Why is he dead? Honestly, I have no f***ing clue. So instead of cry, I just loot his corpse. Guess his name was Thop all along, huh? Which brings us to the last part of the video. Hot Moon Grandma Dumbledore. I regrettably did not know I hit this boss. I ended up killing her on my second try because I was incredibly overleveled for this area. Which I guess is what happens when you do the entirety of Caelid right after Godric. In hindsight, I should have probably popped on a +0 weapon and slogged through it. Anyway, you know the drill. I attempted this fight all of 2 times, and I will leave you here with the last attempt. If you enjoyed the exploration of this video, or the first playthrough series itself, let me know down in the comments below. I've enjoyed reading the comments lately. I present you Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. I wish that. Ah! Here we go. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, those hurt. You're gonna get fucked up.
Come, oath-sworn giant.
Come on. No. This is gonna be impossible to fucking no-hit. Oh no, he's gone. No, this will be fine. The hell? Oh, that's gonna explode. Cool. Okay, that's very fast. Oh no, do we have to kill him? Okay, I take that back. That was easy. I thought that would be really hard. That was fairly easy. That's a cool fight. I think that's a cool fight. But that was I think I'm over leveled. So there you have it. Caught up on everything I was supposed to do before Caelid. As always, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Helps a lot with the algorithm, which most definitely hates my fucking guts. And I'll see you in the next one.